Hi everyone, you're welcome back and you're welcome to Cloud Johnny HQ. This is Serial, and for those of you just joining in, you're welcome. And for those returning subscribers, you are very welcome as you join in this Cloud Johnny tutorial for today's session. All right, thank you very much. The last session I had, I trained about how to deploy a web server on a Windows server machine. During my last session, we were able to deploy the web server on the Windows 2019 server, and we were able to install IIS, which is the Internet Information Services, on the Windows server. But in today's session, we are going to deploy a virtual machine, but this time around it's going to be a Linux machine. And after that, we then create a simple website or maybe fetch a simple website from our GitHub. Then we deploy it in the web server created via the Linux VM. Okay, so let's create the Windows VM. We can just come here and search Windows virtual machines, create. Then when we click on create, it shows us virtual machines. Then after that, it's going to populate in the environment shows that we should create this. Yes. Okay, fine. So we already have this VM machine created. Okay, so I have a resource group I want to use, so I'm going to still use our cloud RG for our resource group. Then I'm going to call this Linux server. Since the other one was a web server, though, this I'm going to call it Linux server. And this is okay. I'm going to use North Europe because it's closer to my region. Availability zones, they're going to be null infrastructure. Then this. Okay, so this SKU is fine. You can use SSH public key to log in. You can use password. So any of them works for you. So for some reasons, I just want to use password. So just to ask me for username and password. That's all. So let's see how it goes. I'm going to use web as well, or should I use Azure user? If my password, um, all right, so don't want my password set up. Since it's going to be a web server, so I should just allow this port 80. Okay, then you can go to the next. All right, so this is going to show us the DX. Okay, it's 30 gig I'm using at the moment, so I feel this is still better. It should still work out for us. So let's use this size. Okay. All right, it's populated. So I don't use premium SSD for cost. I'll use standard HDD just to save cost, just for the sake of this tutorial. And I think the next thing to consider is just the networking side, just to check that the IP, the virtual network, and the NSG rule are all set up. So it's going to automatically create like a default virtual network for this particular VM, which is going to be okay. Okay, let me just verify. Open I'm actually creating a Ubuntu. Okay, fine. I just want to verify this. All right, so let's check. So the network. Okay, so the AT and SSH22 is fine. Okay, no problem. So I think I don't really need to check for management, monitoring, advanced tag, and the rest. So I think just to review and create, just to save our time, so we can go into the major tasks for today. So I'm going to just go straight into the task for today ASAP, so we could just finish up real quick. It's kind of carrying out validation at the moment. Okay, the validation passed, so I'm going to click on create to create a VM. While this is creating, I could also just download the putty because I don't have putty on the system at the moment. So I will just download putty. You can use mobile xterm. So putty is more like a thought like a general, or should I say an open source tool that allows us to connect our virtual machines from our local PC, right? So this is putty for Windows. I just want to have it on my system. Trying to get the Windows format. So while that is going on deployment, I'll just download this putty 64-bit. Okay, so I think it should be coming up. Let me confirm. Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh, this is still on in progress. Oh, fine, it's done. So if you want to verify what we have, you can go to resource. Okay. Click here to download manually. Okay. Okay, so the putty is already downloaded. So it's downloaded. So I'm just going to install it real quick because we need to connect. Oh, the server is fine, it's running. The guest agent is fine. It's Ubuntu. We can also do like just tiny check, boot diagnostics, just confirm if it's giving us a login screenshot. Yeah, so you can see this, it shows login screenshot. Okay, fine. What about serial console? Just to see everything is fine. So just serial console. It's going to populate the serial console environment just like how you access it from your Azure portal. And so when it opens that one, I think this it's just going to give us like the environment showing that you can actually log into your VM, everything is working fine, there's no issues. So that's what this actually tells us in this point here. All right, you can see Linux servers. All right, so it's time to test the validity of our web server on Linux VM. So I'm going to copy this public IP. Then on another tab, I just paste the public IP. Try to access this public IP. It should give me an error message telling me that it's not a server. Okay, fine. So it gives me an error message already saying that the site can't be reached. So let's see how we can install the web server into it. So I'm going to install Apache. You can also use Nginx, right? So you can either install Apache or Nginx on it, then you can copy your website into it. So let's try connecting via putty. So putty is more like the on-prem application that you can use to deploy or to connect to your virtual machine. So when I click this, call this Linux server. All right, so just to save my session, then I'm going to open this. Oh, okay, it's trying to show the certificates. Now I'm connecting to port 22, accept. Then you're gonna ask me to log in. Okay, so let me just do this. Let me make it longer, just so we see our portal. Okay, so I'm going to log in now. Azure user, then the password. 2, 3. Okay, fine. So this is actually logged in successfully, and we have Ubuntu version 2.24.0. So um, the Linux machine is currently logged in. So let's see how we can check for. So once you actually have your Ubuntu logged in successfully, you could actually update the Linux operating system by using sudo apt updates. So these allow you to update the operating system for Linux. Okay, it's asking for password as well. So password, you type your password and it automatically updates the OS for you. So and after that, we then write it sudo upgrade. So once it's done with that, okay, so it's done. So the next thing is to carry out sudo upgrades just to make sure that all dependencies are updated and upgraded accordingly. So sudo apt upgrade. Okay. It's going to ask for, do you want to continue? Yes. But if you don't want interactive command, you just put -y. So I think that's another thing. Linux machine. Okay, so it's done already. So if you want to also confirm, you put sudo apt upgrade -y. Let's confirm. So it's not going to be interactive this time. Yeah, it's giving us done. Everything is fine. So it's time to um, so let's try one more thing. Let's confirm the version again. So we are actually using lsp underscore release dash a just to confirm what we have already. So we already have the Ubuntu 24.04 with updated kernel version, operating system version, and upgraded operating system version. So now the next thing we can do is to install our Apache. So let's try to install our Apache. For us to install the Apache, we need to, let me just clear this environment just to have a clean working space. All right, so for us to install the Apache, you just write sudo apt install Apache 2. So when this is done, we automatically have like a web page, a web server running on our virtual machine. So it's going to install this. Do you want to continue? Yes. Okay, so it's installing the Apache at the moment. So let's see what we have. It's trying to install this. Okay, fine. I think it's done installing it. So we can actually verify by um we can verify this by say /l. Okay, cd/l. Then let me just clear what we have. Okay, so I want to verify what we have. I'm going to cd. Okay, let me just see what we have totally. So ls. We have bin, brutes, found. So these are some of the parameters we have at the moment. Okay, so for us to confirm if we have our Apache installed, cd/etc. Right. X /Apache. Think to okay ls. Okay, so we have a Apache configuration file. Everything is fine. So let's see what we have in cd slash var slash www slash html ls. Okay, we have the index.html as well available, so it means that our web server is also running fine. Let's confirm this. uh, let's just refresh this browser to confirm. It's going to take some time to propagate. Okay, voila. So here is the browser page, and it's showing that we already have this as a web server with the Apache logo and details on the page. So since this is successful, what we just need to do at the moment is to change the index file.html, then probably edit something else into it. Okay, so we could actually just use vi um, index.html just to see what we have inside of it. Okay, so this is the content we have in total, showing all the things we have right inside. You could also edit this if you want to. I don't want to edit it, so I'll just escape, Control Shift, comma, then WQ. Okay, so since we can also do cat index if we don't want to edit it anyway. So I don't want to edit this, I just want to copy something else into it. So cat just displays everything for us so we can see, why vi can allow us to edit the web page that we have. So anyone you want to use works fine. So um, for this, so I just want to remove this. Sudo remove index.html. All right, so let's see if we have it again. Okay, fine. So if we try to access it from here, yeah, we won't get it. So it's not giving us any details, right? So we already cleared that one off. So the next thing is, since we already have that one off, we need to just change, insert something else. So um, let's okay, but I need to have the word index. So let me just use sudo. Let me just have index, since it's our index dot html. All right, so I'm going to need to change this v. So sudo vi index dot html. So I can just press I to insert some of the code we want to. So I have like a simple page. I don't know if I should be able to paste it, but then let me see if we can just paste this here. Is it possible? So it's not giving us space. So let me just build a real quick page. Okay. So HTML, just a simple web page. Header, that's head. Cloud, Johnny, HQ. Right. Then let's close the header. Then I can use my body, just the body command, body h1. Then you say hi, I love cloud. Then you can close the h1. Just testing it. Don't really much things here. Then you can close the body. All right. So let's just close the body. Body. Then I think we can now close the HTML just to test run that we can actually copy. So I'm going to press Shift semicolon, or sorry, Escape first to take it out from the editor mode. Then Shift semicolon, then W, which is right, then Q, which is quit, and then exclamation. Then that's all. So now I already have it there. So if I want to confirm, you can say cat index.html. So we just have a simple browser. So let's confirm what we have here then. Now look at this. So it's more like changing I love cloud. Alright, so this is actually a simple way where you could actually have your Windows, your Linux server, and you can convert this Windows server to a website. So if you want to deploy, maybe you could actually still look for a website like this, for example, download, go to this place and clone this into the var environment, then copy it into the HTTP folder in the www root. So this allows you to also visit your website that you have on GitHub while it's copied already in your server machine. I believe you learned something from this video. If you also want to learn more, I would just suggest you come to this environment, search for the Cloud Journey HQ, then subscribe to the channel. I'll be dropping steps on how to create a website using storage account in the next tutorial. Thank you and bye for now.